Good morning, everybody. Thank you again for the new subscribers. I believe that there was 5 more. Thank you very much and welcome to the Uncensored Crew. My name is Cliff London, and this is a channel where I discuss the heroes and the idiots. And I wasn't going to make another video except today anyways, except I discovered possibly one of the biggest idiots of all, and that is the rapper T.I. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm sorry if you like him, but I'm going to elaborate here. So, I watched a video. Basically, it was T.I. talking shit about Candace Owens. Now, I respect Candace Owens. I like Candace Owens. And I don't agree with everything she says. I would say that I probably agree 65-40. Depending on what subject. Now, I've heard since I discovered her how much this woman is an Uncle Tom sellout, blah, blah, blah. But all I've ever heard is her just advocate a different point of view. And I don't see anything wrong with that. This is backwards, but it says liberal tears. I don't see anything wrong with a different point of view. I mean, you know, if these people that call her, you know, in my opinion, these people that call her the Uncle Tom and everything while feeding negative stereotypes like T.I., they're the ones that is cooning. They're the ones he's the one not connected with reality. You know, he referred to, he made this broad general statement, the enemy. The enemy. And we both know that he was talking about white folk, even though we've been watching for a fucking week now. Mostly white people hollering Black Lives Matter. Whether it be because they want to have a cute little thing in their Facebook, whatever the reason, the outcome is still positive. And that's what I want to, you know, the outcome is still positive. It's vastly different from the 50s and the 60s. It is mostly white people out there. Okay? So, and another thing, as far as dumbass T.I. referring to them as the enemy, they buy most of your music. I mean, that's where most of your money comes from. There's more white folk in America than anything. Do you think just only blacks buy your shit? Nope. So, you're a hypocrite right off the bat. But the crux of this video is, okay, so I watched this video with T.I., okay? And the whole time, you know, I am searching. I'm trying to search for a nugget of someone that is informed. Someone that at least has cracked open their phone to do a little bit of research. But all this fucking mediocre rapper said was, man, all stoned and shit too. There's nothing wrong with being stoned. But dude could have put some Visine. Use some fucking Visine, you know. There's a lot of idiots that follow you and worship you. Put some fucking Visine on, you know. Anyway, this guy was up there like, man, this Candace Owen shit need to stop, man. Now, if you're gonna step into that realm, you know, it's something I've learned being online. You better be ready to defend your position, because she's probably done more than he could ever do just by promoting a positive self-image. You see, it's quite stressful, and I'm sure there are some other black folks that can attest to this, to wake up every morning and think that you don't have a shot in this day and age, the age of virtue signaling, the age where people are itching to put a black man on staff. It don't matter how you get the job; it just matters how you. I mean, I'm not for affirmative action, but you must, because of it. Black man, when you get the job, you gotta kick ass at it, because everybody already maybe thinks it was handed to you. So you know you gotta kick ass. But what Candace Owens says is that, hey, as far as slavery goes, she sees blacks as the victors of that and the survivors of that, and she sees black folks as, hey, you know, we have way more now because of those people's sacrifices. I've never once, and I don't think that she hates her people. I say shame on all of you that punishes her for thinking different, because I tell you what. You all on that Democratic plantation and, glorifying welfare, glorifying these fucking thugs, these mediocre rappers. And that's another thing, T.I. You were very lucky the standard of music has gone down, because if people were expected to actually be into MCs, I am sorry, your rap is up there with Had, Mad, Sad, Glad, which further illustrates my point that why do you all even listen? I don't mean, you all literally that's watching right now, but why are we following people like this? Why? He already has proven that he has absolutely nothing to say. This guy even said, I could do some research, man, but I don't care enough to. So what the fuck are you on YouTube saying this shit for if you don't care? If you don't care what Candace Owens has to say. And by the way, I saw another interview where it was Candace Owens, him, and I think Killer Mike was on the panel and everything. And this idiot, again, Candace Owens defended her position very well. And he just was like, then he tried to backtrack. Well, sister, I respect you. But what you talking about was some bullshit. And everybody clapped for him. Everybody clapped for this dude because he said, you was on some bullshit. See, it's almost like y'all don't know that y'all are the coons, because he just basically did a minstrel show thing. Cause you on some bullshit. Cornbread. He just did that. And they all clapped for him. The dude gets on YouTube. Nothing to say about shit. Man, this Candace Owen. Oh, and was so fucking stoned. So we're already not going to take you seriously. Or at least I don't. There is something in our psyche to where we like to uplift guys like this. And I know what people are going to say. Oh, I'm hating. He got money. He more notoriety. I'm jealous. No, I'm not jealous. I'm a very, I might not be a millionaire, but I'm a very rich man, and I don't deserve it. So, I guess I am what you all refer to as blessed. So say what you want. He's still a man. It don't matter. The money in your bank account don't make a man. And his raps are mediocre. People just are settling for less. That's all across the board, whether it be pop, whether it be hip hop, whether it be rock music. Most of it sucks now anyways. And he is right at the forefront of shittiness. Sorry. And you know what? If by chance he sees this video, I don't give a fuck. I'm not scared of the guy. And if I actually had to fear some kind of physical retaliation, he would just be illustrating my point. He couldn't debate Candace Owens properly because he has nothing. So instead, he makes a totally separate video. Even though last time you see them on video, he's very cordial and blah, blah, blah. But, now, here he is, talking a bunch of crap because when he had a chance to debate, he didn't have nothing to say, just his minstrel show fucking act. And those people that always are calling somebody coon or Uncle Tom, they're usually the main ones cooning. Quote unquote cooning. Because for example, I'm who I am. I date who I want. I think about what I want. I have my own opinions. That's kind of the point of freedom. That's kind of the point of what all those civil rights activists back in the day died for, so that we didn't all have to think, man, I ain't got a chance. I'm black. I live in the ghetto. Their sacrifice was so that we don't have to do that, so that our kids don't have to do that. What is wrong with us seeing ourselves as equals? And you can, you hear all the preaching, we was kings. We got the blood of kings. Well, you don't act like the shit. Because if you acted like it, you wouldn't be constantly whining and complaining and begging white people to accept you. That's what you're doing. The Oscars need to be more black. Okay, well, why don't you make better, So you'd rather them just hand you an Oscar because you're black, as opposed to creating an amazing work of art that earns it. Instead of presenting some work to the board and saying, okay, what are we missing here? Something. You're an artist, create fucking art. And if your message is heard, the rest will take care of itself. But instead, they'd rather virtue signal and say, give it to me because I'm black. But you call people like Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum coons? Self-discovery is a motherfucker. And finding out fucked up shit about yourself sucks. Trust me, I've been there. But I think some of you Fairweather activists, T.I. first, you first, because I know you got that Napoleon shit going on too. So that, plus people propping you up on this pedestal, probably with phone books, people propping you up on this pedestal, you have an inflamed sense of worth, my friend. You do. All you should worry about doing is keep doing your fucking poser act and tap dancing and making shit raps. Because when my son gets old enough, and I hope that your music's not around and he doesn't listen to it like it's a classic or something, because I won't be allowed. Because I'll say, there's a man who is about as fake as they come. There's a man who profited off negative stereotypes. Whether it's directly or indirectly, you know, whether no matter what his history is, you know, you're still selling the swag, you're still selling the image. Okay? I'm happy that I missed the rise of it. I'm very happy. I couldn't even take 2 minutes of a song. That shit might as well have been, you know, foot bone connected to the thigh bone connected. I mean, you know, like, very elementary shit. It's just the simple fact that, like, the standard's lower now. You used to be expected to be an MC and have vocabulary and be able to, like, rhyme and have it be intricate and it be like street poetry. Now these fucking dudes just do a little basic beat, probably sample an old song, have a chorus, and their rap's pretty mediocre and usually ain't about nothing except their own ego. There's no story, there's no message. And that's what the idiots love. And you know who else loves that shit? White folk. Because white folk, as much as I love my white family members and my white friends, I used to work in the bar industry. Okay? White folk don't like the righteous rap that might make them feel guilty about something. I mean, that's just how it is. You know, no one wants to go to a club or go out and have to hear a rap about rap about the struggle and stuff and want to dance to it. I mean, you know, I get it, because I don't like fucking intersectional feminism in my video games and movies. So I get it. You know, I get it. You know, you shouldn't always, white folks shouldn't always have to accept and like what we're doing. You know, I'm so tired of people expecting every other race to walk on eggshells for us. It's demeaning. Why can't you people see how demeaning it is? I don't want people to have to walk on eggshells, because you know what, you want people to say what's on their mind because you want to know what you're dealing with. And that's what's wrong with all this PC shit, these terms and shit that you don't know who anybody is because they have these bullshit words to hide behind. Now, telling my wife, I'm going to wrap it up and just say, T.I., you're wrong. You suck. Your music sucks. Candace Owens, love her or hate her, you all should welcome different points of view. That's the essence of freedom, is the freedom of thought and the free flow of ideas. That is what makes this country the best in the world, warts and all. Not perfect, but the best ever. None of you niggas want to go back to Africa anyway. You say the shit, it's just lip service, or you'll be gone already. Once again, I know I said it earlier this week, but I'm going to keep reiterating it to knock you off your fucking proverbial soapbox. Okay? Anyway, I told my wife I'm going to end positive. I'll say this because the people that are with me now that just started, I feel very close to y'all. Like, I got a feeling like I'm hoping that I have some of you for years, because I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep grinding. But my point is that if it gets big enough to where there's some side scroll out of it, okay, whatever. But the first and foremost goal is to just be a different type of voice, because I'm tired of the cycle. And if I can help someone else not acquiesce to failure because they think the world is against them, like I did sometimes in life, then that's worth that. That means something to me. And also, I'm going to say that I'm not a conservative. I'm not a Republican. What I am is a man just a regular man that actually, through my life experience, I've met lots of good people. Lots of good people that have helped me on my way, different races, black, white, Hispanic, Mandarin, Polish, crazy, bipolar. And when I go through the Rolodex of my brain, and I think how grateful I am for people like my wife and her family and how they accepted me. It just kind of reminds me, and I think that if anything, what these riots, and I will these riots or protests has shown us. I mean, just turn on the TV. I always said that I have always been apprehensive to defend Latin issues, only because I never hear them say anything in defense of blacks. But today, this week I did. See, because my dad grew up speaking Spanish and everything, so when they were just showing this total lack of I don't give a fuck about what's happening, even though they decided to come in on this end of it, okay, whatever. It's kind of like when you get a fruitcake for Christmas, or that someone gifted something. It's the thought that counts. That's what I say. Hey, it's the thought that counts. And I say that for even the irritating white liberal that can be very irritating. Some of these people actually think they can call blacks Uncle Tom. But anyways, I appreciate the thought. Anyway, but back to the positivity. One thing that I've noticed is that it's not a taboo thing. You don't have the white person afraid to speak on these things because they're afraid that their friend won't agree. That friend would probably get canceled. Their fan, if they're good people, their fans are probably like, hey, I don't want to hang out with this guy no more. He's a racist. I think some people got to accept that this country does value us and we are loved, and in some ways coddled in the sense. Oh no, I'm veering off the point. See, there's so many more idiots than heroes. Back to the positivity. But I'm gonna have a young man here soon, and I am embarking on this because I want the world to be different, where he can be comfortable, where he has to follow the same rules as everybody else. But more than anything, that's kind of a pipe dream. But what I can do is instill in him that he is valuable and that he is not a victim. And I know a lot of you hate him, but like Larry Elder says, hard work does win. And hopefully he'll be a striking fellow, and that'll get him by too. But what I'm really concerned with is how the world is going to look with him in it. Because right now, we are not doing a great job. And it's kind of pathetic in a way because, like I said, I'm in my early 40s, and this is the same shit. The only thing different about it now is the amazing outpourings of white folk. Hell, they might have educated some of them black folks. This is how you protest. They had granola bars and water and shit in the little cloth Trader Joe's bag, passing it out. I mean, it was almost like a fucking event. You watch. Sooner or later, these things are going to turn into little parties. Oh, by the way, Stem Cell Phone, thank you for responding. Those fuckers. Unbelievable. Banking off the Black Lives Matter calls. But anyway, see, I think what all this has shown is not the racism of America and that it's a bad place. It's shown that America is on the upswing, actually. I mean, I've seen unprecedented support, though a lot of it's misguided, though a lot of it's annoying as shit, but it's different. So I think that the world's not in such a bad place. And black folks, you can think however you want. Don't let anybody tell you that because you're black that you can't listen to rock music. Don't let anybody tell you because you're black that you have to be a singer, dancer, rapper, actor, or athlete. You know, I know that, you know, we tend to be good at that shit. I have a college degree, and guess what? It's in theater. I know. You know, but at that time, shit, I just knew I was going to be Denzel. But anyways, it's okay. No one can pull your card for being unique. You know, it's okay. And white folk out there, if you perhaps run into a black folk that is quirky and maybe does not fit your stereotype, doesn't mean you're evil. Maybe you just expect stuff. You know, it's kind of how a lot of us portray ourselves. You know, you have to be truthful about this stuff here. You know, how many times you hear somebody going, "No, let the ghetto come out." You know, so they turn it on and off. Say, but I'm gonna put this George Floyd shit to bed. I know it's been kind of a lengthy video. It was supposed to be quick, but I just enjoyed talking to you all so much, and I had a lot to say because T.I. is a fucking idiot. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I don't care if he sees this video. I'm not scared. I don't give a shit what he says. I don't care if his minions bombard my Facebook and my YouTube. I don't care. I'll stand strong because they're all a bunch of sheep if they haven't figured out that dude sucks. And he's a fraud. And he doesn't have the debate skills. And he ain't smart. And he doesn't know how to use Visine. And he doesn't have any fucking points of view. And that is positive. That's still positive because I realized that and I told people about it. So that's still positive. But anyway, America, we're doing fine. Black folk, it's okay. You know, I hear people say this dumbass stuff all the time, like, well, we control the culture. You don't control it. You know, we're pretty cool. People like to do shit. But you know what that means? Instead of worrying about how you control the culture, just think that, you know, in America, that's what happens to shit when it gets here. That's how you got MMA. All these different martial artists came here, you know, and MMA is the result. You know, it's what happens to things when it comes here. You know, Chinese food comes here. All of a sudden, you got to put an American flavor up in there because we like certain shit. You know, it's what happens. You should look at that, you know, shit. That gives you guys license, shit. Explore. You only live once. You think that's white people food? Taste it. You might like it. You might like the Silver Sun pickups as much as I do. You might like this music. Those of you that listen to T.I. definitely need to adjust your taste. All right, that's it, everybody. On Destiny, Tuesday is the reset, and I want to get a little bit of that in before I get to bed. I didn't have to take a fucking Uber, so that was awesome. I'll keep you guys posted on, you know, the growing events. My wife's belly's getting a little bigger, and I can feel a little child in there, and it is totally freaking me out, but I am excited as well. Anyway, I'm going to close this one with saying, hey, we're on the upswing. We have made progress, humanity. And remember, there is no fate but what we make for ourselves. T.I. sucks. I will see you guys later. Oh, by the way, if you like the video, please subscribe. Share the video. Or just subscribe. I know this one's kind of long. But anyway, good night, everybody. This is Cliff London Uncensored. See you later.